Hey guys, welcome back to Want to Be a Barber. In this series, where I get to teach you guys what I know about barbering. So yeah, this episode is going to be about all the different tools that you need to be able to get started into barbering. I do want to let you know that I'm going to be sharing you the different tools that I have. I have quite a bit of range of tools that I've bought over the 2 years that I've been cutting for. And I'm going to be able to tell you guys what I like about them and what I don't like about them. So stay tuned for that. Let's get right on. So yeah, let's get started. I know last video I showed you guys my drawer. We're going to show you guys my drawer again. We're actually going to take a closer look at it today. Let's get started with the Babyliss set, shall we? So yeah, this is the 3 sets of Babyliss clippers that I own. Starting with this pair. These are pretty nice. Very sleek design. What I don't like about these, starting off with the cons, is this grip. I know some people do like the barbell grip. I don't. I like more of this grip, if you can tell. It has that rubber grip on it, and I feel like that just helps. Another con, I guess, is that it is a bit of a bulkier clipper, you will. But yeah, lever works very well, very smooth. And what I do like about this clipper, moving on a little bit to the pros, is that they're not loud at all. They're very quiet compared to other clippers on the market. These are basically almost all the same. They're very nice clippers to have, definitely. If you can get your pair, I would definitely go for it. Moving on to the next ones are the foils. There's different foils. I actually gave a pair away to a buddy of mine. I had another pair. These foils are also from Babyliss. You can't go wrong with Babyliss at all. Definitely not. This is the dual foil. There's machines that have 2 foils, if you can see both of these cut out stubble. And there is also single foils. They all do a different job, so this is probably more for like a taper where you don't need as much surface area to cover. But when you do need to cover almost the whole head, like on a fade, like on a drop fade, I would probably use this to get the job done quicker. So yeah, neat thing about these, Babyliss actually came out with, I don't know if you can read it, it says UV, and that stands for UV light. And if I can get the cap back on, UV light starts kicking on and it starts killing all the germs inside. However, I still like to hit it with my cool care. Definitely don't want to skip that step. So yeah, let's get on to it. Next brand we're going to be taking a look at is this is actually a custom that I did. It's kind of coming apart. It's been 2 years, so kind of looks a little rough, but it's actually Andis. So this is definitely a good brand. These are the Andis GTX trimmers, and these are hitters, I can tell you. So you got to be very light-handed when you use these. These are very sharp. You can easily nick your client, which you don't want to do, so be careful. Moving on to these bad boys are the Andis Masters. I absolutely love these boys. Only downside is that they are very loud. Yeah, I definitely love these. Can't go wrong with these. These fade very well. But yeah, I definitely love these. They are also a bit chunky, honestly, but I definitely love these. So yeah, moving on to the next pair. These are the only clippers I have from this brand. It's the brand Wall. The seniors, Wall seniors. These are very ergonomic. They feel really well. They have these indents for your fingers and they fit very well in the hand. And only downside about these is that they run out of battery very fast. So they only last about 90 minutes if I'm not mistaken. So if you got 30-minute cuts going on, you can only do 3 cuts with these. Another pro to these is that they are very strong. The motor's very strong. You can debulk through a lot of hair very quickly. It gets the job done very fast. Moving on to the next one. These are actually the Stylecraft Sabers. These are a trimmer and they hit very hard. so be very careful with these. You could also nick a client very fast. However, these are my go-to trimmers right now, as I have been cutting with these non-stop. The battery lasts very long, so you definitely can't go wrong with these. These are definitely a must-have in your arsenal. Another thing you're going to need is obviously a set of guards. These are the wall guards. They fit my seniors, and these actually also fit the Babyliss clippers. So that's why I got these. You want to make sure they're compatible with the clipper that you have. You obviously want a full set. Here for the sake of the video, I'm just showing you guys 3. The half guard, 1 and 1.5. Can't go wrong with these. So yeah, let's start talking about some of the combs that you're going to need. You want different types of combs. Obviously, I like these just because, I don't know, they're pretty easy to use. And this is basically what I've used since I began barbering. So I do these. And these actually have the markings. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't. But you're going to have to take my word for it. They got the inches marked in the back of this comb, so you know exactly how much you're going to cut off. You're obviously going to need yourself a pick if you're going to be cutting curly hair. You can obviously go all out and buy yourself some metal combs. Can't go wrong with that. Babyliss makes these very nice ones. So yeah, this is going to help you do a clipper over comb, which is very handy. Or you can go a cheaper route. Babyliss also has these. These are only about $2 on Amazon. Moving on, you need yourself a lot of duck clips. These come in very handy. You need to be able to part and do sections. These are what you're going to use. You need yourself a vent brush. A vent brush is going to be used with your blow dryer. You don't want to just do this with the blow dryer. Don't do all that. You want to use this on straight hair, obviously, and that's going to help you dry the hair quicker. Moving on, you obviously need yourself a straight razor. You got these are very neat, Black Widows, and you're going to need yourself a lot of blades. So yeah, moving on to the shears, I got myself these. These are actually called purple dragons. They say purple, but these are black, obviously. That's just the brand name. I got myself a red colorway as well. I used to have the actual original purple ones, but I used them so much over the year, over the first year, and they doled out, so had to cop another pair. And you also want to get yourself this. This is a feather razor for long hair, and you can feather out some of the hair so it's not such a blunt cut. Obviously, you also need yourself a spray bottle. Yeah, you need yourself a good spray bottle, so when you do scissor cuts on the top, you have something to spray your client down with. Moving on back, we're back in the chair now, and something I also wanted to add is that you definitely need yourself a mirror. I've actually gotten used to this mirror right here, which I kind of want to show you guys. This is actually what I've been using, and this is actually how I cut my own hair. So let me know if you guys want to see that too, self cuts. This is what I use, and this is how I show my clients everything. So yeah, it's a 3-way mirror, so definitely can't go wrong with that. Definitely need yourself a mirror. So yeah, that basically shows you guys what I have, what I own, and what I use personally when I do haircuts myself. This brings us to the end of the episode. If you like what you saw today, be sure to hit the like and subscribe. Yeah, on to the next one.